No question about it.
Do me a favor, big man. Do me a favor, just stay right there by the business, okay? Appreciate it.
If you're a passenger, you don't have to identify.
Hey, you are now breaking the law. You're interfering with the traffic.
Voice alone can't be deemed interference.
Texas Penal Code 38.15, interference with public duties. A person commits an offense if the person, with criminal negligence, interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with a peace officer while the peace officer is performing a duty or exercising authority imposed or granted by law. However, it is a defense to the prosecution under this section that the interruption, disruption, impediment, or interference alleged consisted of speech only. It was perfectly clear that this officer declared that the interference began at the moment when the cameraman spoke. I understand that it must have been infuriating for these officers that the cameraman just informed the passengers of the vehicle about their right not to identify. While giving this information to the passengers does not hinder the officers' ability to do their duties, it does hinder the officers' abilities to violate people's rights. This can be very hard on an officer's feelings, as officers may feel that this violates their safe space.
If you're a passenger, you don't have to identify.
Hey, you are now breaking the law. You're interfering with the traffic.
Voice alone can't be deemed interference.
Yes, it is interference. You think you
Voice
know the law,
alone
you're
can't
gonna
be.
go to
What's your
jail
name and
behind
badge
it, okay?
number?
The officer states that you think you know the law, but you're going to go to jail. Here's the part that I want everybody to start seeing. This guy does know the law. He quoted it, and we just looked it up and confirmed that he's absolutely correct. But it doesn't matter what the law says. It doesn't matter what the case law says. What matters is that Officer Patterson here is willing to use violence against the cameraman to get what he wants. You see, the problem is that the law is not equally applied. If the cameraman is wrong and he did violate the law, he will be punished with jail time, fines, or probation. If the officer is wrong about the law, he'll be held in absolutely no way accountable for being wrong and taking the liberty of another while being wrong. Even after a lawsuit is filed and a settlement is reached and the cameraman is given a sum of money, none of that money will come from Officer Patterson. Officer Patterson will suffer absolutely no consequences that would deter him from doing this again.
Yes, it is interference. You think you
Voice
know the law,
alone
you're
can't
gonna
be.
go to
What's your
jail
name and
behind it,
badge
okay?
number?
It's printed on my shirt. Move out
Are
of
you
the
trying to
way.
intimidate me?
I'm not trying to intimidate you.
So
I'm
why
letting
you
know
so
the
close
law.
to me?
Okay, give me your ID. You've interfered with an investigation. If you refuse to give me
You
your
funny
ID,
as
you're going
hell.
to jail. Hey, go ahead.
Get
let
your
them go. Who's
supervisor
going
on
to
the
jail?
scene.
I don't need a supervisor. You can see him down at the jail. You're going to jail for interference.
What's
You
interference?
understand?
Just so you saying
interfering with my investigation.
All right, he
Put
got
your
his-
hands behind your back.
All right, he got his hand.
You have no right
All
to
right.
interfere with an investigation.
He put his hands on me. Can I put my phone in my pocket? So deprivation of rights under the color
No,
of
sir.
law.
No, you're
Not at all.
I have a right to record.
You do.
You can record. I don't care.
So you saying because I said something that's
Yes,
interfering?
You can
You
stay
took-
away
Get your
and watch.
supervisor on the scene
You
before you
will
make a
see-
big mistake.
Supervisor.
let's go.
You see this? I don't need a
Okay,
supervisor.
get your
Okay.
sergeant, get your
No, I
lieutenant
don't.
on the
Walk to the
You're
scene.
going over to my car.
3106, we have another 95 out here.
You have interfered. Everything I know is
Okay.
you have red light. Okay, you think you know the law.
You,
but you
hey,
won't
so you
come
go into my
inside.
pockets right now.
Yes,
I
you
don't
are
consent
under
to
arrest.
searches
You don't
or
have to.
seizures.
You are interfering
I
with
don't
my
I
investigation.
don't
When you
consent
take
to
my
search. Get
attention
your
off
get
of
your
the
super.
people in
So
front
you
of
turn
me,
you turn
so
my
you
phone
don't have
off
an
too.
I did, yes.
So in case you didn't hear, when the victim asked, "So is it interference because I spoke?" the officer said, "Yes." Then he goes on to say, "When you take my attention away from the vehicle that I'm dealing with, you're interfering." These cowards are never capable of being responsible for themselves and their own actions. Your focus on your job is your responsibility. This type of excuse is not allowed in any other profession. As a Domino's pizza delivery guy, if I run a red light because I'm staring at a large-breasted woman in a red dress standing on the sidewalk, I don't get to claim that the large-breasted woman interfered with my duties to deliver pizza because she distracted me. Officer Patterson, it is your job to stay focused on your duties. Stop blaming other people for your shortcomings.
Okay, you
going
turn.
on
You don't
now.
have an ID.